Hi everyone, so I think you saw on my Coca Studio craft haul, I made this card, which is like a shaker card, but it's kind of encapsulated, and so and it's like seamless. So I wanted to do this as an actual tutorial because I've had a few requests for it. So I'm actually going to be using a different die cut. So this is one of the Coca dies. So if you use my code ICE20, you'll get 20% off on cocarosastudio.com. So this is one of the dies that they've done, but I'm going to use this one today because I didn't want to have to die cut another one out, and I've got a few in my little stash already die cut. So this is one, you've seen this before, I used it on another card. I don't know where I got this from, to be honest with you. I've had it for quite a while, quite a few years, but I found this just in my stash, already kind of half cut it out, and it's already got sticky stick it double-sided adhesive sheet on the back, so it makes it perfect for this because I can literally just lay it straight over. I've also got some sequins, and again, not entirely sure. These, I think these were from the range. I'm pretty sure these were from the range, and these, I don't know, these might have been from the range, I can't remember, but again, I've had them ages, so I just thought the two together, mixed up, a bit like I've got here, as a mix, might be quite nice. So, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and make that. So let's get into it. Okay, so for this card, you're going to need a card blank or a piece of card, you know, that you can score in half. If you're using a card blank, it needs to be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. If you're using a piece of card, you just need a 5 3/4 by 11.5, and you score it down the middle at 5 3/4 to make yourself a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 card blank. You also need one piece of mat that is 5.5 by 5.5, and then you need another piece of mat that's the same colour, that's 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. Now if you want to do a different colour you can, but I quite like the idea of where you kind of see that this goes round, but there's no layer, like there's no it seems to not be anywhere, like it doesn't connect anywhere. It's actually wrapped around that second piece of mat. So if you want to do it a separate colour, you can, but I'm going to do mine the same because I quite like that, you know, the way that looked. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead first of all and stick the 5.5 by 5.5 mat piece onto the front of our card. And I forgot to mention that this mat that I'm using is this Dovecraft A4 colour card pack. It's 180 GSM, and it's the pinks one I'm using. But it's just turned out to be the right kind of pink. And it doesn't matter that it's not that thick, because of what we're doing, it's absolutely fine. Okay, and then you also need a piece of acetate that is 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, so I've got a piece here, and this is quite thin stuff. This is more like the sort of thing you used to have overheads, you know, overhead projectors. It's quite thin, but you can go thick if you want to. Just bear in mind that you're going to need to score this, so thinner is a bit better. Then what you want to do is on your piece of acetate is you're just going to score 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. Okay, so now what we're going to do is on the other side, we're going to, and if you want to bring your mat piece in now so it makes it a bit easier, just lay it down so that you've got your score lines just on the edge, and you're going to go ahead and put red tape all around the outside. In fact, actually you might want to do it actually on the mat itself. I'm going to do that, I think. So put some red tape down. I would use red tape rather than any other tape, just because you really want to make sure it sticks. Thankfully with this kind of style of shaker card, you've got no foam pads involved, so it's nice and flat for posting. But obviously the downside of that is you do need to use red tape. Okay, so there's your piece of mat, and I've just put red tape on it. Then bring in your acetate, put your mat on top, trying to make sure all your lines all marry up. And then what you want to do is, I would get like a ruler or something along those lines, and just lay it down, and then bend your acetate up and over. If you're using very thin mat like I am, then it's best for you to do it this way. Just be careful as well, mindful of any pet hairs or anything else that wants to get itself involved, because acetate's very staticky, so it will literally take whatever it can. So I'm just going to stick one side down and then just have a bit of a clear out and just make sure there's nothing fluff or dust or anything like that around. So once you've done that, obviously just have a bit of a clear, just make sure that you've got all the dust off from the inside. Now the other thing you need to do, which you should really do before you go sticking stuff down, but it's fine, is just to go and just do just cut the corners off. And actually once you've stuck one bit down, it just makes it a bit easier. So you want to go across and just cut across in a diagonal line across. Now on this one it's going to be a bit more tricky, but we're going to go anyway. There we go, it's fine. And then what I'll do is I'll just trim that little excess bit off. Same with this one here. I'll just go across if I'm doing it normally, and then I'll just cut that little extra triangle off like that. Okay, so you end up with that. So now we can go ahead and repeat the process on 2 more sides, but only 2 more sides. You don't want to do all 4 sides because you need a gap so that you can get in and put your sequins in. So go ahead, and it's, as I said, it's better if you can fold the sides up first before you put it down properly. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my ruler down, just give that a good fold over like that. And I'm going to do this one as well, even though I'm not actually going to stick this one down. I'm just going to fold it now so I don't forget. So there we go. So that one, I'm not going to stick that one down just yet. So we're going to go ahead and stick this one down. Okay, like that. So now I've got a pocket. One's missing obviously. And then this is the point now where you really want to stick your die cut on. I wouldn't wait, put your sequins in next and then do your die cut. I'd go ahead and do your die cut because it's flat at the moment. As soon as you add your sequins, you're into difficult territory. So I've got my die cut here. So I'm just going to lay this down. I'm actually going to stick this down and then trim that excess off because I'm not entirely sure how much I need to go for. And I'm lining it right up alongst that edge there. And then you're going to go ahead, once you've stuck that down, you're going to go ahead and start filling up with sequins. Now I kind of started, but my this started to come off, so you just need to make sure that your die cut is really well secured on the front. Okay, so I've abandoned the blue ones and I'm going to go for these. These are ivory circle sprinkles from Lucy's shop, and I feel they're going to go a bit better because you've got the white die cut. So I'm going to sprinkle some of these in as well. I also put some of these in. These are Starshine Circle sprinkles as well, also from Lucy's shop. The sun's coming in now, so I'm hoping you can still see. I don't want to fill too much. I feel like that's probably enough. I've still got a gap here, but I reckon once we stick it down, they'll kind of fill out the space. So I'm going to go ahead now, peel off my last bit of tape backing, and then stick that last bit down. And hopefully we will be okay. Now, if you've got, like I have, bits of tape showing, don't worry because you're not going to see that. Okay, so that's that. And actually, I quite like that amount. That's about right. That's looking a lot prettier than I was hoping it was going to. So then we're going to take our card blank. Obviously, you decide if you want it top folding or if you want it side folding. I'm going to go top folding this time around. And I'm going to go ahead, add some more red tape on the back. And then we're going to stick that down onto our card. Okay, so there you have it. So that's the shaker card, and then you can go ahead and just add on any more little bits you want, little gems or whatever, or greeting. But as you can see, it kind of gives you this it's almost like an illusion down the side. You kind of don't realise that you've actually got a piece of card at the back there, but it's just really pretty. I really like those sprinkles with this card. It's going to turn out way better than I was expecting. So yeah, so there you go. So that's the card for today. I hope you'll have a go. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you next time. Bye!